I'm from Nekota and I love listening to Today FM.
My name is Ken Godler and I'm from Australia, but I'm part Fijian from Rugby, and I love listening to Today FM Rocks.
For the best music and less talk, we tune into Today FM in National Light Village. Today FM rocks.
My name is Inaya Ali and I'm from Ba, and I love the big breakfast on Today FM. I just love it and hope you love it too.
My name is Jay from La Paz. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
My name is Naushin and I'm from Sambeto, and I love Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
Good evening, I'm Jackie Spate. This is FBC News. Tonight, Prime Minister Vuringe Bainimarama meets Team Fiji athletes and officials in Brazil. Shocking trend emerges of foot amputation in Fiji due to diabetes. And Consumer Council praises government for looking out for consumers. Prime Minister Vuringe Bainimarama was amongst the Team Fiji contingent during the flag-raising ceremony in Brazil earlier this morning. Bainimarama wished all the athletes and players well and will be in support for the Fiji Sevens team in its debut appearance at the Sevens Rugby and Olympics. Vashnil Prasad reports from Rio.
It was an electrifying atmosphere in Brazil, with Prime Minister Vuringe Bainimarama paying his first visit to Team Fiji based in Olympic Village in Baja. Bainimarama was overwhelmed with the respect paid to all the nations on the night of flag-raising ceremony.
Well, it's very exciting, and for someone who's not going to participate, it's also exciting for me. But I know that our team will get all this excitement when they get in. Especially looking at the venue, I've seen the accommodation is very nice, and of course excitement that's going to build up in the next couple of days before the game actually starts.
Our beloved nation was also part of the ceremony, witnessed by more than 18,000 athletes. And Bainimarama says the whole of Fiji is behind the athletes who will fly the Fijian flag in Brazil.
Nothing has changed. We all look. All Fijians love sports, so we are looking forward to our team participating well, and of course we want all the goals to come back home.
While Sevens Rugby looks the top bet for a medal, Bainimarama is confident Fiji could spring a surprise in other sports.
You know, we not only Sevens participating here, we also should take on board the rest of the team that are going to participate in the rest of the sports. So we should support them all.
With 2 days to go before the start of the games, the Prime Minister left the team with a simple advice.
Goal. Go for goal. For all sports, go for goal.
Tonight's flag-raising ceremony was just a glimpse of what the Brazilians have in bag for us. Imagine what the atmosphere will be like during the opening ceremony in 3 days' time. In Brazil, Vashnil Prasad, FBC Sports.
Fijians will get the widest coverage of the Rio Olympics thanks to Fiji Broadcasting Corporation's third digital TV channel. FBC Plus, which is now running on a trial basis, will bring 24-hour coverage of the Olympics.
FBC Plus airs on Channel 6 of the digital TV platform. Starting tomorrow, it will run live and delayed broadcasts of the Rio Games.
As soon as the live coverage finishes from the Olympics, we will then play for the remainder of the hours left in the 24-hour period on FBC Plus all the other sports from the Olympics that we were not able to cover when we had the live programs on.
Syed Kayum further elaborates on the decision to have the Olympics run on a separate channel. He says this way the original FBC TV channel will be able to air the Rio Games and maintain normal programming.
What we're trying to do is to give the people of Fiji as much Olympics as possible without compromising the needs of our audience that may not want to watch the Olympics. So if you don't want to watch the Olympics after the live coverage is over, fine. You'll go back to your normal programming during the day on FBC. But if you want to keep on watching the Olympics, then you will go on to FBC Plus.
The Olympic Games schedules for FBC TV and FBC Plus are out in the newspapers. Edwin Nunn, FBC News.
Olympic Games coverage on FBC TV begins at 3:50 a.m. with football, while FBC Plus will join in from 6:50 a.m. There has been a shocking increase in foot amputations carried out in Fiji due to diabetes. They now average 1 every 8 hours compared to 12.5 hours previously. Health Minister Chone Usumate confirmed these figures while opening a new foot clinic in Raki. Ellen Stolz tells us more.
Statistics show that in Fiji, 1 in every 3 people is suffering from diabetes. While opening the new foot clinic at Raki Hospital today, Health Minister Chone Usumate said this figure is shocking.
The new foot clinic that we are here to open has been established to strengthen foot care services. The service goal is preventing amputation through early detection of abnormalities, education of clients, and empowering people living with diabetes to take a more proactive approach to health and wellness.
The foot clinic conducts regular screening on patients' feet and provides relevant advice on how to stay healthy and prevent diabetes, thus lowering the number of amputations in the country.
This is a big problem with our local population. When we are about to die, then we go to hospital, and by then the doctors say it's too late. And then people say this hospital is a hopeless hospital. No, the problem was you did not take yourself first.
However, it's not all gloom and doom. The Raki Hospital have this year recorded a number of cases whereby patients have come in and recovered very quickly.
Aleshmin Darshan is a diabetes community peer group leader in Raki. These women are all from her peer group. They meet at her home and talk about how to eat healthier, change their diet and their lifestyle habits.
I have seen some positive changes. In some cases, the sugar levels of the participants have really decreased. At this meeting, we also showed them some simple exercise they can do at home.
The minister says it's support groups like these in the community that needs to be encouraged throughout the country to ensure people are fully aware of their health and what they need to do to live a more fruitful life. Ellen Stolz, FBC News.
The Consumer Council of Fiji says that previous governments showed more interest in the private sector than they did in consumers. Council Chief Executive Officer Pramila Kumar says consumers' interests are now being recognised. Ali Kimbia has more.
Consumers play a vital role in our economy, and the Consumer Council of Fiji says past governments have failed to protect their interest.
We had come across a situation where in the think tank we would only find the business people as if they knew everything about the economy, about the society, and also about development and improving the environment. And normally consumer interests were seen as incidental.
However, Kumar says this is not the case with the current government.
The Fijian government has demonstrated the importance of consumer protection and consumer empowerment by introducing various policies to protect and promote consumer interest.
Kumar says consumer rights are vital for economic growth and sustainable development. Ali Kimbia, FBC News.
Still to come on FBC News, Education Minister speaks of positive and authorities still works on stranded Navy vessel. Stay with us.
Limbula oyo nada ngoluisa marau o maramani como o bakastol chingwe na Suba Handicraft Center ondo warorongo na Bula FM number 2 na seri.
Bula FM number 2 na seri.
Welcome back. This is FBC News. Following a year of reforms, Education Minister Dr. Mahendra Reddy says the ministry has attained successful results in the education system. Reddy was speaking at the Northern Education Forum in Lambasa this morning. Eleanor Turangaivu reports.
The Education Ministry has been able to reduce the rate of teacher absenteeism in schools. According to Minister Dr. Mahendra Reddy, last year's statistics revealed that more teachers than students were absent from school on a daily basis.
We noted that there was quite a bit of teacher absenteeism that used to exist in our education system. On an average, 10% of the students were absent in a day, last year's statistics. And on an average, 16% of the teachers were absent in a day.
However, speaking at the Education Forum in Lambasa this morning, Dr. Reddy says that due to the reforms undertaken in the ministry this past year, they have been able to produce positive results.
We have reduced substantially student absenteeism from 10% to now. Early this year it was 6%. We need to look at the latest stats. Teacher absenteeism was 12%. We have substantially reduced it to 6% as of now.
Reducing the rate of teacher absenteeism is only one of the many achievements the ministry has attained due to reforms. Other results include a drop in the number of school dropouts, more children now attending early childhood education, financial woes for parents are now eliminated, there is now greater opportunity for higher education, and students are now enjoying better school facilities.
These are some of the measures we have adopted explicitly to ensure that children do get quality education, children are able to get to the educational institutions.
The Education Forum is a platform for the ministry to bring its policies and strategies to stakeholders, in this case school managements, parents and teachers association, as well as the teacher unions, to give them an opportunity to critique and fine-tune it. Eleanor Turangaivu, FBC News.
Opposition whip Ratoiso Tikoda has been given the green light to attend a parliamentary meeting in the Republic of Kazakhstan by the Suva Magistrates Court. The trip is from the 24th of this month to the 4th of September, and upon his return, Tikoda is to surrender his passport to the court. Tikoda has been charged with failing to declare liabilities contrary to Section 24 of the political party's registration decree 2 years ago. Meanwhile, a hearing date for Tikoda has been set from the 14th to the 25th of November. Suva lawyer Nemani Tuifangalele is also the new defense counsel for Tikoda. Questions are now being raised on how much retrieving the kiro from Dhakaoyawa Reef will cost the government. Minister for Defense Timothy Natuva says they are waiting for quotes from local companies before moving ahead on a full-scale salvage operation. Maggie Boyle tells us more.
19 days on the Dhakaoyawa Reef, Niarthanes Kiro's shot at being rescued intact is dimming. Minister for Defence Timothy Natuva told FBC News that in his 30-plus years experience in the military, no Navy vessel has been in this situation. And with the Navy incapable of the rescue themselves, proposals are now being sought from local salvage companies.
Yeah, we had they're giving us some advice, but all the efforts and all the capabilities we are using in Navy at the moment.
Deputy Naval Commander Commodore Marika Vosawale says their priority this week is to recover what they can off the vessel.
To seal up all the leaks and and try to transfer the fuel to out of the vessel and to see that the ship remains in that same position. So if we remove all of those fuel and water, so the ship will be light.
FBC News understands that a local company had earlier tried to pull the Arfanes Kira off the reef shelf, but the rope used snapped in half. Commodore Vosawale admits that the cracks on the vessel are widening and that attempts to fix them have been futile. It's fair to say that the longer it remains hinged on the reef, the worse the damage and slimmer the chances of the Arfanes Kira being saved. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
Fiji Broadcasting Corporation's Olympic 7 song, released yesterday, continues to attract interest locally and overseas.
Put your game face on. Show the rest of the world that we are the best. We are the best.
song, a tribute to all Fijian fans and the national team to the Rio Olympics, has had over 55,000 views and more than 3,000 shares since its release. It is a hit and has gone viral with Fijian fans. The song is being played on FBC TV and also on our 6 radio stations. If you are one of the few who have yet to see it, take a view on our website at www.fbc.com.fj. It's also on all our social media sites, free to download or send to a friend. We turn to sports now. Here's Jamie with the very latest.
Good evening. In sports after the break, we have more in the build-up to the Olympic Games in Brazil. And Fiji International Golf Tournament ropes in rugby stars. These stories and more coming up.
Bula, I'm Dori from Nasinu Market. My choice is simple, Gold FM. Only the classic hits.
My name is Yvonne. I'm from Nandi. I love Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Sayandra, my name is Sunny. Only the Gold FM at Golden Point Resort, Raki.
Hi, I'm Anna of Nasinu. When it comes to a radio, my choice is always Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Anna and I'm from Nandi. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Ra native Meli Malani is ready to take on the best from the world at the Rio Olympic Games. The swimmer, who is a wildcard selection for Fiji, is into his final preparations before competing in the 50-meter freestyle next week. Rohit Deo caught up with Malani at the Olympic Games Village today and filed this report.
Fiji's lone male swimmer at this year's Olympic Games, Meli Malani is readying himself for the biggest competition of his career so far. Winning a medal is not in his sight, but he says he is doing his very best in preparations.
The preparation's been great. Got in the water, worked on a couple of stuff, did a couple of aerobic stuff, and the atmosphere is great here. The village is amazing. Food is great. People, there's so much socializing going on before the games, and but I know deep inside the athletes are mentally focused and prepared, and can't wait to get the show on, and I'm excited and ready to race next week.
He may look relaxed right now, but Malani knows going up against the world best won't be easy.
This Olympic Games, I'm just looking to, just do my best and see where I can get placed in the world. As the Olympic Games is the place where you compete with athletes, that are the best in their individual event from across the globe.
Meli Malani is one of those Team Fiji athletes who's competing at the Olympic Games for the first time. The Ra native is hopeful he will stamp his mark here in Rio. In Brazil, Rohit Deo, FBC Sports.
It's been assured all Fijian athletes in Rio are safe and healthy going into the Games later in the week. ONAC representative and Member of Parliament Mataya Kola says everything is shaping up well for the Pacific Island countries. Vashnil Prasad reports from Rio.
For once it felt we were back at home hearing Fiji's national anthem in Brazil. While it's being home away from home for these athletes, there's nothing to worry about for the families in Fiji.
Fiji being the biggest contingent, 88 in all, that's a big ask. And for Fiji's size, looking at our country with less than 1 million people, we have a contingent that's more than some of the countries that have, millions.
Games Village has been improved and our 88-member contingent are situated in the Oceania block below Australia.
There were teething problems for the organizers, but things have picked up and it is far better today. We have almost the full complement of the 207 now nations that will be competing in the Rio Olympics.
The difficulty for the athletes for the Pacific so far has been the transportation transportation.
Niggling problems, trying to address that in terms of transport. We have the chef de missions meeting every 2 days in the mornings. We had one this morning. They talked about the various issues and complaints.
Apart from that, all looks good for the 15 Pacific countries participating in the Olympic Games this year. In Brazil, Vashnil Prasad, FBC Sports.
While tens of thousands of athletes, officials and fans are converging in Brazil for the Olympic Games, there are some who have traveled to Rio from far distances not to compete at the Games or make money, but to make new friends. Rohit Deo caught up with some pin traders at the Media Village earlier today.
A tradition which has been going on for more than 2 decades at the Olympic Games. Pin trading. You can't buy them, but you have to give a pin to get one. Carol Lord, who is from Canada, travelled all the way to Rio just to trade pins.
I got all excited when the Vancouver Games was coming on because we had an Expo 86, so I knew that the city would get all excited. And I had volunteered at the 2010 Games, and my daughter both worked and my son worked in Vancouver. And we just had a great time. We met people, we went to events. It was really awesome.
Tim Jamieson is from the USA and has visited Fiji a couple of times. The owner of more than 28,000 pins says he loves Fiji and has plans to revisit.
Heaven on earth. Yeah, short words. I find it to be one island with perfect weather almost all the time, beautiful people, very friendly. I would live there if I could afford it. But it's a beautiful island. I love it.
I have been told that before leaving Brazil, I should trade a Fiji pin. Now looking for a Fiji pin here, that's a task. Rohit Deo, FBC Sports.
And as mentioned earlier, live coverage of the Rio Olympics gets underway on FBC TV and FBC Plus tomorrow morning with day one of women's football. On FBC TV from 3:50 a.m. you can watch Sweden taking on South Africa before Canada meets Australia at 5:50 a.m. The coverage continues until 3 in the afternoon. On FBC Plus, you can watch the Brazil, China and Zimbabwe-Germany games live, while there will be replays and delayed coverage on the same channel throughout the day. 2 top rugby players will be present at the Fiji International Golf Tournament. Australia's most capped Wallaby, George Grigan, will be there along with former Wallaby and NRL star Lote Tungiri. The 2 former rugby greats will be ambassadors for the Fiji International. Meanwhile, this year, players will compete for $2.5 million. That's an increase of over 30% thanks to co-sanctioning with the European Tour. Minister for Tourism, Fayaz Koye, says having the 2 celebrities present should draw more people to the tournament.
And their involvement, obviously because they're well-known athletes, will attract a new segment of people to the Fiji International. And obviously the hardcore rugby followers. I see a few of you smiling already. Last year we generated interest from the followers of rugby by having our sevens code guys actually taking part, and hopefully they're going to go and win the gold.
The Fiji International Golf Tournament will run from the 6th to the 9th of October at the Natandolo Bay Championship Golf Course. That's it from sports this evening. It's back to Jackie now with business.
With the Rio Olympics fever gripping the world, fans have shown their support for their favorite teams in various ways, especially buying Fiji-branded merchandise. Retail shops have seen an increase in sales of everything in support of Fiji. Shireen Chavan reports.
The Rio Olympics is on everyone's mind around the world, and Fijian supporters aren't different from others.
Yeah, we really support Fiji Sevens. We know that this might be the chances for Fiji to win gold in Rio.
The staff at S. Naginda's shop in Suva says it's events like the Olympics when customers buy Fiji-branded merchandise in large quantity to show their support.
They're buying Fiji rugby t-shirts, even shirts. Some are buying the sarong. They want to show that they are supporting Team Fiji for Rio this year.
Some shops have even set up special displays for Team Fiji supporters.
So this is what customers are looking for, something just to stand out and symbolize what they're cheering for. Like you can see, we have also the wigs that illustrate the color that we have for the Fijian flag, which we are hoping that it doesn't change and stays the same.
The opening of the Rio Olympics is on Saturday, but the football competition gets underway tomorrow. Sharin Shivan, FBC News.
It was another fine day across the country as the sun beamed down from partially cloudy skies. Temperatures remained moderate. Bar stayed warm at 32 degrees, while Suva and Savu recorded the coolest at 27 degrees. The rest ranged in the higher 20s. For tomorrow, the cool sunny conditions are expected to continue with no signs of any possible showers. And looking ahead, sunny spells with occasional light showers are expected to be the weather pattern for Friday and the weekend. At sea, easterly winds from 15 to 20 knots, moderate seas. Recapping the main stories for tonight. Prime Minister Vurenge Bainimarama has met with Team Fiji athletes and officials in Brazil. A shocking trend has emerged of foot amputation in Fiji due to diabetes, and Consumer Council has praised the government for looking out for consumers. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. On to this week's poll question, we are asking, should Ben Ryan be given Fijian citizenship? To answer, visit our FBC website. Send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. And if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. You've been watching FBC News. I'm Jackie Spate. Good night.
मैं हूँ रेहान खान कुरबो तालेबू के जैसे फेस्टिवल एग्रेट है कुरबो में उसी तरह मिर्ची एफएम नंबर 1 है कुरबो में
एलिन लटुका में मिर्ची एफएम को लॉक कर दिया जाए मिर्ची एफएम इट्स हॉट
हम नकाशी से साइमन है हमारा फेस्टिवल जैसे नंबर 1 है वैसे मिर्ची एफएम नंबर 1 है
माय नेम इज दिनेश हम नैंडी में काम करता है स्लीपिंग जायंट जिपलाइन में और मिर्ची एफएम इज हॉट आई लाइक इट
मिर्ची एफएम इट्स हॉट